He's going through his own situation. He's found a nugget of place in Australia where he's away from everything that he can remember. And, he bumps into someone that he'd met so long ago, and he's, forming a great life, a relationship that it's just very difficult for him to talk about what he used to do. And at the same time, he's drawn back into his old world in order to, to free his best friend. And this he can't talk about with his new girlfriend. It's a great conflict that Gary was very keen to show to the audience. Look, all I know is it's great to be making movies, and this is the kind of movies I want to make. This is certainly the flavour that I've been looking for a long time, ever since I did The Bank Job. This is a grown-up, adult action film with, some very rewarding aspects. I get to work with people I'd never dream of working with, Bobby De Niro, Clive Owen. And I get a great filmmaker who knows exactly what he's doing. And, all those things coming together give you something to hang your hat on and be proud of. I always get myself ready. I'm always prepared, and you have to be. You need the stamina. You need to be able to do what the action scenes require, and you can't sit around and hope you can just do it on the day. You have to be ready for that stuff. I always treat a movie as a very disciplined environment. I don't do much. I don't go out. I'm very sort of very focused, and that way that you did your best job. So it clears your mind as well. If you live cleanly and you eat cleanly and you're training, you feel clear, and I think that's necessary. Gary wants the silence. Gary McKendry is, he wanted this guy to be stewing on his troubles, and there's a lot of things going through this guy's head, and he captures that well. There's a lot of silent moments where the camera just moves across, and we see Danny, and his mind's in a different place. And I think that those moments are so important for this kind of film. Otherwise, you can't really get into to what the guy's inside the guy's mind. I'm not a celebrity that. Like you see a lot of people in the magazines, they want everyone to know about what they're doing, and when, they have the Facebook and the Twitter, and, each person has a different view on that, and I prefer to keep my private life private.
It's always the same things that always attract me to make movies. It's the script and the director. I read the script, I liked the script, I thought it was a very unusual and original spy movie, really. It had some very cool action, but it was sort of rooted in this very unusual real world. It was these guys who were ex-special forces who were living very much in the real world, and it felt like a real spy story. And then I saw Gary's short that he was nominated for and thought it was really impressive, and then had a number of conversations about, his vision for the film, and decided I wanted to do it. I play a character called Spike, who's ex-SAS, and something has happened. He's sort of damaged his eye and has obviously left the Special Forces, but still feels very much like he wishes he was involved, and he's part of this sort of clandestine group that kind of meet and protect members of the SAS and their families and people who have left. And basically, they begin to suspect that some of their men are being targeted. They don't quite know why, and they don't quite know who's doing it. But certain people have been around asking questions about certain operations that the SAS were involved in. And he begins to sort of set up a counterintelligence amongst ex-SAS guys who are now trying to find out what's going on and try and prevent their guys being killed, really. Luckily, I actually know a few ex-SAS guys, so I could pick their brains a bit. And then I had a couple of meetings with an SAS consultant, a guy who'd been in the SAS for 25 years. And the interesting thing is he's ex-SAS, which is what I was playing, and it was fascinating, really, just to pick his brains about really the whole selection process for the SAS. I had no idea what that was like, and to hear how rigorous that is and how very few people pass that sort of test procedure. And it's pretty much that sort of people that are showing themselves to be incredibly adept and incredibly skilled, and then sort of selected and put through this process where a lot of them are eliminated and only a very few get through. So he taught me all about that whole process, and also he was a great sort of explainer of what it's like to be ex-SAS in a way, to be someone who... There's something that this film covers, I think, that's the most interesting aspect for me playing this part, and why I wanted to explore it is when a guy's been that sort of highly trained and highly skilled and been in such extraordinary, intense situations, and, you know, lots of situations where it's life or death, to suddenly then let that go and to try and live a normal life about what that is and how people are, and what a lack of understanding there must be from anybody else who hasn't been through that, about what they've been through. The movie's about, Jason plays a character who's basically hired as an assassin. His best friend and mentor has been captured and been told he will be killed unless he does this, and he has to basically pull a group together and target these ex-SAS guys who did an operation that somebody wants them killed because of what they did. And I play a character who is ex-SAS, who begins to realise that our people are being targeted, and I put together a group to try and counter what they're doing and do it. So it's a spy movie that has lots of very good action in it, but it is based in a very real world and a real 80s world. It's a kind of period film, and it feels like a spy movie, but a real one.